pretty much know about Christianity all my life. As a child, I walked down the Baptist aisle several times to profess my faith. I was guided by a very good man in high school, but I still made a lot of mistakes, and I led a life that wasn't so godly. I finally came to a true faith in Christ after college, and I was in my early 20s. And when I got married, I was pretty far along and doing some church with my wife, and everything was kind of cool. And yet, it wasn't far enough. I was still making many of the same mistakes. Our son came along, and I realized I needed to get a little more serious. But things got busy, and he struggled. And all that we did for him didn't help him much. It was here that the rubber met the road. And when we realized that in our own strength, our own intelligence, our own righteousness, we can't change the life of somebody else. We have to trust in other things. Some people trust in other people. Some people trust in institutions. They read books. They trust in strangers even. But we needed to trust in God. And we knew it. It was one of those situations. But that also meant that I needed to clean up a few things in my own life. I found it difficult to pray when there were certain sins that I struggled with. When I asked God for forgiveness, and when I changed directions, finally, when I changed direction, my prayers were finally answered. It's actually really funny looking back that I would actually pray for others with a straight face. I was not living the life that I felt God honored so much. Not so much, I wasn't doing bad things. I mean, it was just thoughts and little lie here or there, just little things, but they were still things that bothered me. When my life came together, it was also a time when I found the comforting words of some really great Christians. I was almost 50 years old when I started reading and actually comprehending authors like C.S. Lewis and Chesterton and Calvin and Edwards and Augustine, Francis Schaeffer, Arthur Pink, Martin Lloyd-Jones. I read many of these, but nothing stuck when I was younger. But then I even started reading secular people like Gibbon and Darwin and Plato and Kant or Kant, as it's properly said, Francis Chan, David Platt, R.C. Sproul. I got into apologetics because C.S. Lewis was the best at it. I read Ravi Zacharias, and I read many of the new atheists, the elite cool guys in the business, Sam Harris, Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins. I wanted to hear their side of the story. I won't comment on that. Of course, I didn't stop reading the Bible. I actually even took up Greek, which was kind of interesting. All this learning was good for me. I wasn't necessarily recommending it for everyone, not right now, I mean. God was working in me anyway, and I suspect He's been working on you too. But if you have not seriously tried to read Lewis and some of these guys, you could learn a lot of stuff from these classic authors that not too many people read anymore. It's actually fun to learn about God from them and how He connects the dots in life and politics. That's what I like to share with others anyway, those two, Christianity and how it relates in politics and in life. You may think I have a desire to be a public figure because I write so much on Facebook or because I'm doing this video. It's not true. I really like writing because it's fun. I like to stretch myself. I'm getting better at something is a lot of fun for me. And doing this video is kind of fun too. I'm trying to figure it out. I want to learn how to communicate better. I know I will not be very good at it. A few of you might rightly not want to watch it. It's going to be badly done and badly orchestrated here. It's the first time I ever tried it, and I'm even cheating by having this crutch. At least it's not a teleprompter. I think I'd do a lot better if I didn't have it, but I'm kind of nervous, and so I wanted to figure this all out. So, why do anything at all if you suck at it? And, well, underlying my bad communication skills exists a strong love for God. This is part of every aspect of my life, even the grunts and the pregnant pauses and the improper words that I use. And I know people just like me, and I respect them deeply. And I'm kind of doing it for them as much as I am doing it for me. But they cannot, and I cannot, for the life of me, sometimes get the words out. I can't string sentences together. I can do it in writing, but I can't do it while I'm on camera or in front of a crowd so much. God blesses them, the people who, like myself, who can't get the words out in many ways, in many other ways, and I'm glad that they're my friends. And I'm glad that I can share this experience with them because I write pretty well, but I speak pretty poorly. If I watch television, I see perfected indecencies, and I think how much it must hurt God's heart. I speak when I feel the need to express what I feel, or should I say I write. I look at politics and I see the anger and the hate. I see stupidity and manipulation, but I also see God working things out in many ways. Sure, the world sucks, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun as Christians. It doesn't mean that God doesn't give us joy when we see the world as it is. Being a Christian does not mean that He doesn't let people think for themselves. It's pretty important to me. A lot of people think that way about Christianity. We're not just law-abiding robots, though. The Bible is not just a bunch of laws that punish us for when we do things bad. We're meant to do good things. We're meant to do great things as Christians. as humans. Being a believer is the best thing that ever happened to me. I was once a pretty cocky jock. And this is important. Although just about everything I tried to do I accomplished, I did it for me, and it was ultimately left me feeling a bit empty doing things for myself. I think I was really searching to be loved by others. I was searching for acceptance through my accomplishments. I try now to do things that God would approve of, and I'm not so concerned about how others may think of me. Although you wouldn't know it by this video and the nervousness. This has made me more confident. It's made me more kind. And it's made me more joyful being a Christian than football ever did. Since putting my whole heart and trust in God, God has poured out His blessings on our family. Our son brings us so much joy. Our parents, so much comfort. Our brothers and sisters in Christ, so much love. Sure, in a worldly sense, people may think we have fun because we look pretty successful. But all that can go away, and if it does, the fun journey will continue. His important purpose for my life is more than a nice home and lots of toys. Jesus promised, my soul will not end up in the pile of dust or in the fiery pit of hell, if I believe in Him. What God has done for me, the life He has given me, I know by faith it will last forever, and I'm totally satisfied with that. I'm Bob Graham, and I live in Montana.